Anytime we look at any of the property, we pretty much work a budget within like few days, because a lot of the property they're on the market for a very short time and they have to get sold. So if you have to jump on in, sometimes you have to jump fairly quick. So once we have that budget together, we really stick to it. And that's the key of making the money. And, we're done it so many times now. It's like a chain. So everybody falls in like one after the other, and it's organized.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm your host, Erika, and today I'm excited to be joined by Michelle and Saverio of New Look Remodeling. They're making serious moves in the renovation space. Michelle and Saverio, it's awesome to have you here today.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
having
having
us.
us.
So I think our listeners are going to love what you're doing here. So I want to jump in right away. And first off, I would like to know, what was the story behind forming New Look Remodeling?
So when I started like with most of the people, you start as apprentice, and you trying to learn the trade, and then eventually, your wings grow and trying to fly away and get on your own. So I learned a few tricks and a few trades and started like that. And then eventually I learned a new trade and got a little bigger. So now I was doing a couple things at once and then three things at once, and eventually got to know all the local contractor and learn from them, and then start to get in with the investors and learn from them and what they do, what they don't do, how to purchase a home and how to flip a home. So I had to learn obviously all the trades, and then I learned all the inside and out of what it would be to be an investor. Learn how to from home builders. So my experience come from all kinds of backgrounds and trying to get as much knowledge as I can in every field. So
And we started back. So he came from
19,
Italy.
yeah.
Yeah. So he came from Italy, and then we met. And then from Italy, we met in Chicago. And so we were actually working with some real estate agents in Chicago. My sister actually got a job opportunity in Dallas and was asking us if that would be something that would be interested in. And so she said, hey, in the next several years, Dallas is going to be blowing up. And I think that you should, consider, moving out there. There's great opportunities, and
Yeah.
challenging the challenges that we had in Chicago. We were like, okay, we're going to see how it works. And so we actually came down here and started flipping right away. It was actually um walking around pregnant with like a buggy, and pregnant in buggies, and going
Flyers
into
for
like looking at all the rich areas in Dallas, and I'm just knocking on everyone's door and handing out, like, this is how old we are. We were passing out flyers. And when we actually met one of our investors that we know today with Steadwest Properties, that we still work with today, and he called us, and
started from
they've
little job turned into like a 20-year, 25 years relationship.
mhm.
My goodness,
Yeah.
that is so awesome. What
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
What was that moment like when you took the leap and instead of, being an apprentice and that you were like, I'm going to do this on my own. What was
Right.
that like?
Scary.
Very.
Because we were poor and
Yeah,
pregnant.
you pretty much put all the bread in one basket at that point because you rely only on you and yourself only to provide for the family, to provide and have all this work and to be able to take care of all the work. So that's when you started looking for help because by yourself again you can't do it by yourself. You need reliable people and trustworthy people, and it takes time to form those relationships. But yeah, it's scary at times. At times, you find the one help that the day of doesn't show up, so you gotta scramble and you gotta maybe go back and do it yourself. But we never walked away from a job or um thing like that.
Well, it's also my father was a big instrumental part of
And
of
supporter of us.
building, yeah, of the business because again, showing our age,
Yeah.
he would plan he did like a part-time job and worked as a printer. So he was like getting all the material from Chicago and sending us here in Dallas. And when I was passing everything out, we had
For us to
flyers
save our flyers, yeah.
and we were putting like ads in newspapers. And so he really relied on my dad as I did for all the things because my dad was basically a great entrepreneur and communicator with our family. And so he helped us with a lot of that. And our first property was we had a couple of properties, but our first owned property was in Louisville, Texas that he gave us a budget and we had to gut the entire house.
One
And
of the first investor.
yeah, and he was our first investor, my dad. So he believed in new look remodeling. So he's done he got us our first van. He got us all our material. He helped us. He got us our first house to flip. So it was a blessing, and he just believed in Sam so much. People call him Sam. He's Saverio, but over here call him Sam. But believe in Saverio so much. So that's what really took off is like the confidence that he had, and his family also. They're still in Italy, so they still have that. Cannot believe that he's done so well here in the last 25 years.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to go back to what you were saying that you were knocking on doors and you ended up, meeting an investor that, you're still working with
Yeah.
today.
Mhm.
What kind of networking advice would you give to people who are looking to get started now? Would it be different than what you've done with
Um,
how things have
I was like,
changed?
I would say so, just because it's just so different right now. Like it is the Instagram and the TikToks of the world. And, I mean, we're where we are today because of our clients that we've had back, since 1999 again. And they've stayed with us because we've been so consistent. And he honors his work. If anything ends up ever happening at the project, even if it's a year, he goes and follows up with his clients and he makes sure that everyone's happy. And social media has been really like I said, amazing for
Good.
us just because it's been consistent. I would definitely say staying consistent. Don't give up. Just keep
Yes.
reaching out
Keep
for,
pursuing.
keep pursuing it. Go
Because
to
you're gonna get a
networking
lot of
events.
doors that will close on you, but you get the few that will open and they're great.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more. and schedule a call with our team today.
I never burn bridges. That's one thing I want to do. But starting, you don't want to do a step longer than you can. Just do what you feel comfortable
Under
doing
promise and
and
overcommit.
that you can handle. Because if it gets unhandled, then there's panicking, and again, you're playing with people money, and that's we all work hard for our money. So I don't waste people time. I don't waste people money. But again, if it's something that I cannot handle, that's the first thing you want to be honest. Say, you know what? We need to find somebody else that can take care of this. But in the meantime, I can take care of those items, on your plate. So you start a relationship like that. And then like again, like I did, I learned every trade that is out there. So I know the hands and out, and I know if somebody is trying to give you the runaround or not, or give it straight to you. So,
Mhm.
again, it goes back to wasting time, wasting money.
But you also have to have that trust too with
Yeah,
those
yeah.
those clients. Like that's what's really important. And he's saying with all the shadiness that's in the business, because it is there, you just have to have that trust. And like the people that we've worked with again since all these years have trust us, and he's proven himself to those clients.
Mm.
Yeah. One of the things that I was pretty impressed with when we were talking earlier is that you guys have a good turnaround time.
Yes.
That is such a big concern with investors, especially those that are flipping. What's the secret to
It
that?
is their very key component. So anytime we look at any of the property, we pretty much work a budget within like few days. Because a lot of the property they're on the market for a very short time, and they have to get sold. So if you have to jump on in, sometimes you have to jump fairly quick. So once we have that budget together, we really stick to it. And that's the key of making the money. And we're done it so many times now. It's like a chain. So everybody falls in like one after the other, and it's organized. But at the beginning, it wasn't like that, and we're still learning. We're still trying to figure it out. So have the ducks in a row. It's what saves you time.
Yeah, absolutely. And with you guys being in business for a while since
Mm-hmm.
1999,
99. Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have seen a thing or two. Maybe a project has gone sideways, or you completely had the pivot, whether, it was, something with the home, or, just a change in vision. Can you share one of those moments on your journey and what you learned from it?
There's been like little things like, hey, let's paint the kitchen this color. And then the customer, once everything is dry, looks at it. That's not the color we wanted. And then we have to show, and you picked this color. This is the color it's on there. So depending on the lighting, it can play tricks on you. And that it's a cost effective mistake, and not on our part. It can be, on the customer part. But it's sad that that will happen, but it's very few times that that happens, and that's the smallest thing that could happen. There's been occasion when they hire another contractor, they take a few bids, and then they thank you for coming and whatnot, and then they go ahead and use a different contractor that was cheaper, didn't have the knowledge, didn't have the manpower, and now they're in the pickle because they already wasted half of the budget. The house is not going anywhere. There's no improvements. You wasted their money. Now you got to pay again a full amount to somebody else. And that's when they call us and say, hey, we lost this money. Can you help us out?
Mhm.
So I'm the type of person never pulls back, but I let them know what we can do for that budget. But yeah, there's a very common mistake that people try to get the shortcut and cut corners, and then you know um, they get the worst end of the stick.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Well, and then there's also those customers too that like I always try to explain to him. So with the floor, we had just had a flooring project where the customer picked out the flooring.
Mhm.
It was beautiful. Um, Everything was perfect. We have all pictures, text messages, we do contracts, we do all the things. And they were just like, yeah, this is not what we wanted. They picked out the flooring from a Pinterest. And, my husband was like, you have to understand this is a natural wood. It's gonna look different. And so they just were not happy. And like that's another thing that they have to be aware of is like a contractor's like we always get a bad name, for all the things that go wrong in projects, but it's like a lot of people are now talking about how the clients just are refusing to pay and it's
Yeah,
their fault.
yeah,
So it's like, yeah, there's those shady contractors out there because they're the ones that are going to come and give you the cheaper price. They're not going to follow up. They're not going to do the communication. They're going to take your money and leave or destroy your project and roll out. Where, then they want Sam to come in and fix everything. And he's like, well, wait a minute. There's a lot of damage here. I can't come in and fix that because you guys trusted this guy and didn't pick me. And now you have this mess that you want me to clean up. So it's like we have to be, us contractors, we have to stick together as well and, roll with the good ones just because, we lose a lot of money and it's hard. I mean, he's come home totally stressed out, like white as a ghost and just like not understanding, cause he is a good person. And I always tell him, I'm like, I'm from Chicago. I'm like, we got to take care of some business, but he won't. He's really laid back and he's really calm when he,
I
you
let
know
karma take care of stuff.
yeah, he does. And I mean, yeah, again, we've missed out on a lot of money and a lot of people being unfair to us. And thank God though, we haven't really, we haven't had like that name where it's out there where it's like, well, they did this because they're wrong.
To me, you always just gotta keep moving forward, no matter what happened. You just take that as a learning experience
Mhm.
and try not to have that repeat in during your path, to up.
Yeah. Because in the first several years of our business, I mean, we really didn't make any money. I mean,
It takes time.
we
You
were in the
gotta build
red.
that pipeline.
Yeah, but then after it started coming and people started trusting us and calling us and recognizing us, that's what was, really great.
Doesn't happen overnight. You want to do really your due diligence on whatever the investors or the homeowner or whatever the case is. Always know what the budget is and what you can offer for that budget. Don't try to close one eye and say, okay, you know what, we can do it, and then at the end you're not making any money. You're losing money. You won't be able to finish the project because you're not going to sponsor your investor's project, to try to come up with a difference that you didn't figure that in. So it's very key important. Have all the cards on the table.
Mhm.
Michelle and Saverio, for our listeners who are, investing and they need to have remodeling done, what do you want them to know? Like what are some common misconceptions that you have when you work?
A lot of people are infatuated with like a lot of the DUI shows and stuff like that on TV. They're seeing things happening so quick, and they actually don't know how much it really takes to get a project done. Timing, like I said, it's one of the key components of that. The budget is the other one. So if you have a certain budget, you gotta really stick to it and investing now. I mean, do your again diligence on the contractor. Make sure you get references, because we hear that all the time. Oh, I didn't check on it, and now they're gone with my money. Um, those are like the main key thing. Know what like the property is. Do your comps and see what the property can go for. If it's best case scenario, worst case scenario, you always want to prepare for the worst case scenario. And then if it's better than that, it's great. But always want to brace yourself and again like due diligence on the contractor on the property and trying to know as much as you can, because the more you know, the less you'll be surprised with.
Yeah, you have to have all the knowledge together and have a good team. So even with us, like we have contractors, we have the subcontractors, we have interior designers, we have HVAC guys, we have our plumbing, electrical, we have all those guys
We
all
try to
wrapped up.
accommodate anybody's budget. You can have like, hey, I got beer money, or I got today I'm gonna have champagne. So we adjust what can be done with that. And again, it depends on the area and depend on the property value. It depends on a lot of things. So,
And
but
he usually
again,
goes yeah, and he usually goes with the client to show them because he has, status, at, like, Floor& and Decor and whatnot, so he'll go there and he'll pick out, again, what's trendy, what's good, what's gonna sell, what's baseline price. So, he has that knowledge of, like, what is coming up, what's happening now, what sells and what doesn't, and I think that's why people trust him so much, not only the fact that, he's dependable, he's reliable, he's affordable, but he knows what's gonna sell and what's gonna make everybody money. Like,
yeah,
that's what he wants. He wants everyone, to make money. I mean, a lot of the times too, like
that's how you get called back.
yeah, I mean, he's got good guys that he like, if he knows that he doesn't really wanna make it or can't make any money, not want to, but he can't make any
But at
money,
least I help them.
yeah, he helps out his guys and he'll be like, "Alright, you just take the contract and just go with them, and then, we'll work it out later." But I think that's what's important too is make sure that you have your, core team. You very
Yeah,
communicative. I mean, he answers the phone and is on text message all pretty much all day and all night.
yeah.
Well,
Communication. Yeah.
Mhm.
with that team, you guys, have grown a lot, which is awesome, and that also leads me to ask, what's, next on the horizon for New Look Remodeling?
So we're trying to, expand, trying to get hired out more people to help out with. Like we said here, there's a high demand, so we're gonna go through a little growing pains again, but nothing that we haven't done before. So we're just trying to, again, reach more homeowners, where your profit, for what we do, it's a little larger than investors, and still deal with our investors. They helped us grow, and we're not gonna abandon ship. We're always there to serve.
And brand, and marketing, marketing, marketing. That's
Yes.
me. I can't brand
Yeah.
enough or market enough. So I'm really our next phase is
With the stage,
definitely
everything like Instagram, Facebook, all those platforms that do help grow the business.
yeah, we've got a social media manager. Like I said, we have a social media manager that's going to be helping us with connecting all of our platforms. So we're going to get a steady base of, posting at certain times on
Yeah,
all
yeah.
platforms and just making sure that the brand is out there because my goal is for him to be like a Home Depot guy and to be teaching, to having his own paint line and his own tools and all the cool things that he uses. So with our name, with New Look's name on it. Hey.
Hey.
Well, you guys already have a solid
Mhm.
foundation with,
Mhm.
what you've built, so that is just so exciting to hear. For our listeners who wanna reach out, connect, or maybe they have a home that needs remodeling, what's the best
Sure.
way for them to reach you?
Well, emails is one, at sales@nlremodeling.com. They can go to the website at www.nlremodeling.com. They can reach us through there and see some of our work that we
Or
done
call
and some
us.
testimony, or call
Mhm.
us, yeah, 469-688-3498. And we serve the whole DFW Metroplex and beyond. We're done jobs, 3, 4 hours away. No problem.
Austin, San Antonio,
Yeah.
all that kind
Yeah,
of
no, a little bit
jazz over
everywhere.
there. We'll go.
We'll go. Yeah, like I said, no challenges. We take on any kind of challenge. No job is too small. No job is too big.
It
Yeah.
and, we need more people in this space who are doing things the right way. We've heard so many bad stories from other people in real estate on the show when it comes to remodeling, so it is just
Yes.
so refreshing to hear your approach and, just your growth with, having that right approach.
Yes, ma'am. And we learn from, even those customers' bad experience. And we're here and we analyze. I'm like, how could this happen? How can they get away with that? So we get most, like I say, I treat everybody like a family and we get involved in it. And I feel bad for them. I get mad. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just everything. It's a teaching moment. You take it, you learn and store it and move on.
Yeah, well, we've, I would say I've learned a lot, just from having you on the show today.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for being
Thank
on today.
you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah. And for our listeners here, if you got value from this episode, make sure that you're subscribed to the Real Estate Pros podcast. We've got more conversations coming up with operators like Michelle and Saverio, who are out there building fantastic businesses. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.